Major breaking, Spurs now leading the race for European defensive superstar. January, deal closer than ever. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham's defensive rebuild under Thomas Frank could be set for another major leap forward, as reports from the Catalan outlet Sport suggest that Spurs remain seriously interested in signing Barcelona's defensive rock Ronald Araújo. The 26-year-old Uruguay international has long been regarded as one of the finest defenders in Europe, and with Barcelona's ongoing financial difficulties, a deal that once seemed almost impossible could now be within reach. Ronald Araújo's name has been linked with several elite clubs across Europe over the past year, including bitter rivals Real Madrid, but Tottenham's ambition to secure his signature is a powerful statement of intent. Frank has already assembled one of the Premier League's most exciting defensive pairings with Cristian Romero and Micky van der Ven, but adding Araújo to that mix would give Spurs a backline capable of standing up to any attack in Europe. The North London clubs see Araújo not only as a defensive reinforcement, but as a transformational signing. At 26, he is entering the peak of his career, combining physical dominance, exceptional aerial ability, and remarkable reading of the game. His versatility also makes him hugely appealing to Frank. He can slot seamlessly into a back three alongside Romero and Van der Ven, or partner either of them in a back four. Such tactical flexibility would give Tottenham the option to adapt to different opponents, especially in the Champions League, where fine margins decide results. Barcelona, meanwhile, are facing financial pressures that could force them to consider selling one of their prized assets. According to Sport, a fee in the region of £40 million could be enough to open negotiations. For a player of Araújo's quality and leadership, that figure represents excellent value in today's inflated transfer market. Tottenham are in a strong financial position following smart dealings in recent windows, and there is a growing feeling that they might be ready to make a serious move in January or next summer. The challenge is clear: convincing Ronald Araújo himself. Barcelona remains one of Europe's biggest clubs, and Real Madrid is also said to be interested. However, for Ronald Araújo, leaving Barcelona for arch-rivals Real Madrid would be tantamount to throwing away everything he has achieved at Barcelona, as he would instantly be treated as a traitor. Meanwhile, Tottenham's project is becoming increasingly attractive to top players. Under Frank's leadership, Spurs are not only competing at the top of the Premier League, but are also back in the Champions League and showing that they can compete for titles at the highest level year after year. Tottenham are no longer simply hoping to compete, they are building a squad designed to win. His signing would raise the level of those around him, provide vital competition for places, and bring an aura of authority to a defence that already looks formidable. For Tottenham fans, the thought of a back three featuring Romero, Van der Ven and Araújo is mouth-watering. This is the sort of ambitious move supporters have been dreaming of for years, and if Daniel Levy's departure signalled a new era of bold decision-making at the club, a marquee signing like Araújo could be the perfect statement to underline that ambition. With January approaching and negotiations potentially opening in the coming weeks, Spurs are expected to monitor the situation very closely. Should the opportunity present itself, Tottenham appear ready to move quickly. Spurs' ambition in the transfer market shows no sign of slowing down, with the club continuing to monitor the situation of one of England's most exciting young midfielders, Kobbie Mainoo. According to new reports, Spurs remain highly attentive to the Manchester United star's future after their summer approach was turned down, and the feeling around the club is that this story is far from over. Thomas Frank is said to be a huge admirer of the 20-year-old, who has been widely tipped as one of the brightest prospects in English football. Spurs reportedly made inquiries about Mainoo during the summer transfer window, but Manchester United were reluctant to entertain any discussions at the time. The Red Devils made it clear that they had no intention of selling one of their most prized academy graduates, especially to a direct Premier League rival. However, despite United's stance, Tottenham have not given up hope. Reports from Flashscore reveal that Spurs are keeping a very close eye on Mainoo's situation at Old Trafford, where uncertainty continues to grow. Under Ruben Amorim, the England international has found it difficult to secure consistent minutes, often being left on the bench despite his clear talent and potential. the situation could reach a turning point soon. Mainoo is reportedly one of the lowest paid players in Manchester United's first-team squad, and as of yet, the club have not been able to tie him down to a lucrative long-term contract. This leaves the door slightly open for rival clubs, and Spurs are watching developments with keen interest. Mainoo himself is believed to have requested a loan move late in the summer window to get regular first-team football, but this was rejected by United. While the player has maintained a professional attitude and is said to be staying patient, sources close to the situation believe that his stance could change if his lack of playing time continues into the winter months. For Tottenham, the opportunity could be huge. Frank sees Mainoo as the perfect fit for his midfield-esque player who can control the tempo, progress the ball, and inject energy and creativity into the heart of the pitch. Spurs view him as a potential cornerstone for their long-term project as they build towards what they hope will be a trophy-winning 2026 campaign. Spurs fans will be encouraged by the ambition their club is showing. While a January move might still be difficult, Tottenham are prepared to act quickly should United soften their stance or Mainoo push for a change. The club's project is growing increasingly appealing for young talents. A competitive squad, Champions League football on the horizon, and a manager who trusts youth. With Mainoo's future far from resolved, this is a story to watch very closely in the coming months. If Tottenham managed to secure his signature, it would not only be a major coup, but also a sign that the Lily-Whites are ready to go head-to-head with England's biggest clubs in the market and win. Tottenham's relentless pursuit of midfield reinforcements has taken them to France, where Monaco's rising star Lamine Camara is now firmly on their radar. The 20-year-old Senegalese midfielder has been a standout performer in League One this season, combining energy, intelligence and aggression in the heart of the pitch qualities that have quickly caught the eye of Spurs' recruitment team. According to a report from TBR Football, Tottenham sent scouts to monitor Kamara's performance over the weekend as they continue to assess potential targets ahead of the January transfer window. Club insiders suggest that Thomas Frank and his staff are hugely impressed with the youngster's consistency and believe he could add a completely new dimension to their midfield. Kamara, who is already a senior international for Senegal, has built a reputation as a hard-working, technically gifted midfielder with the physical presence required to thrive in the Premier League. His ability to break up play, win duels, and transition quickly from defence to attack has made him a key player for Monaco, who are fighting near the top of League One. A move to Tottenham would also reunite Kamara with his Senegal teammate Pape Sarr, a factor that could help smooth his adaptation to life in North London. The pair already share an excellent understanding on the pitch at international level, and Spurs believe they could form a formidable partnership in midfield. With Yves Bissouma widely expected to depart the club in the coming months, Tottenham are actively searching for a long-term replacement who can offer similar defensive stability but also bring more dynamism. Kamara is viewed internally as the ideal candidate to fill that role and could even raise the level of Spurs' midfield with his progressive passing and relentless energy. Financially, Spurs are in a strong position to make this deal happen. Monaco, while not under immediate pressure to sell, have historically been open to player sales for the right price, and Tottenham have the resources to put forward a persuasive offer. The feeling within the club is that this is the right time to strike, especially with other European clubs beginning to take notice of Kamara's rise. Securing Kamara's signature in January would represent another major step forward in Tottenham's rebuild. After lifting the Europa League last season and beginning the current campaign strongly, the club is determined to add quality and depth to sustain their push for a top four finish and a deep run in the Champions League. Convincing Kamara personally is not expected to be a major hurdle. The Premier League remains the dream destination for many young players, and the opportunity to play for a club on the rise under a manager known for trusting young talent is likely to appeal to him. For Tottenham fans, this pursuit is yet another sign that the club's ambitions remain sky high. With the right additions, including a midfield powerhouse like Lamine Camara, Spurs could be well on their way to competing consistently for silverware over the coming seasons. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!